Hello and welcome. I'm Eli, as you know, and I've decided that I'm going to do something that I've done for ages and ages, and I think it's a really good way of getting people into comics, I suppose. Or even if you're doing some poetry and you want to put some illustrations to it, something that's not overwhelming. Now, I've done comics for different companies and independents, and also graphic novels. Now, I love doing environments and I enjoy doing characters too, don't get me wrong, but doing characters is you're drawing one thing over and over and over again, and you're doing that in different features of the face, different positions. And when you're doing environmental work, you're doing the same again, you're doing lots of very similar work. So say, let me give you an example. So you're working in a house and that's where the scenes are, and you want to remember where that lamp is or where that sofa is in relation to the window, in relation to the door, in relation to the room that you might be able to see out of a door, down a corridor and into a different room. So you've got to be really aware of where things are. Now with environments, you can try and minimise that, so you're not putting a fridge, a washer, a dishwasher, a microwave, all that into it, because that's an awful lot to be drawing and keeping on top of, because you've got a lot with environments as it is. Now I like environments, as I say, but there's a lot to it. Now let me get to the point of where I was starting off first. I got a tangent, but mini comics. Doing a mini comic, 8 pages long, that's all you need. Something like that, four pieces of A4, folded in half. You're done. That's it. So if you use 2 pieces of paper and you use front and back and you half it, so that A5, so you've got 4 pieces that are split into 2, so each page would be A5 essentially. A bit like this. 1, 2. And you do a small mini comic, so you're not overwhelming yourself with backgrounds and environments from outside and characters, and you build it up slowly. Now I've started to do mine, as you could just see, and I've got mine, and my comic is going to be well, it's going to be a little bit of a mystery, I suppose. I've got a plan of where it's going to go, and also I've got a sub-plan of where it's going to divert off to and then come back to. But the thing that I've loved about this is it's only taken me 2 days to do. And each day I've done about, on and off, probably 3 hours each day. So 6 hours to do this. So it's just lovely to be able to get a comic finished, even though the story's not finished. But a comic that's finished that can be just part 1 of this story, instead of doing 250 pages in a graphic novel, and that's only saying a very small amount. And I've done it in black and white as well, so I've not used anything else but black and white. I could go very elaborate with this, but it's going to take a lot of time, and sometimes you want to feel like you've just finished the project. You've started it and you've finished it, and it gives you that it spurs you on, like to get your next one done. This can be done over a weekend, or just take your time and do it over a week. Do more pages if you want, but make it manageable. That's the important thing. Make it manageable. Don't feel like you've got to go out and tell your story from start to finish. Hey, let's have a look at the big guns. Let's look at Batman. Let's look at Spider-Man. Let's take those two, a DC and a Marvel. Okay? I don't care which way that you go, whether you love DC, whether you love Marvel or whatnot. These stories are ongoing forever. They have graphic novels, but they have massive teams that are doing these. So the story will go on for ever and ever. And you can do that yourself with these mini comics. Keep the story going and evolving. Don't clutter your head too much with the story. Give yourself a start. Just draw up to nearly where your start in your head of the story, or whatever you've wrote down, goes up to. And you can also do things with poems. So if you write a poem, and then do an illustration for it. And instead of thinking, oh, I should do a book of poems, all illustrated. Okay, fantastic. But don't do a 50 poem one. Do a 5, 8, 10. Really, it should go in 4, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, that type of thing. But don't go too high. Make it manageable. So that's what I'd say. Doing comics, or mini comics in this case, it's easy to photocopy, so you can keep on top of it, but make it manageable. Don't overwhelm yourself. When you overwhelm yourself, it seems like you failed, or at least you're struggling. Don't struggle. I didn't know how long this comic was going to be. I thought to myself, I'll do it, or maybe 20 pages. But as I was going along, I thought, no. I want to get it done in a couple of days. 8 pages. So that's what I've done. 8 pages. I never would have thought about doing it like that before. So anyway, I hope you go and have a go at doing your own comic. Mine is getting done. As you can see, that's all it is. That's all it needed to be. That's it. And it looks great. It looks great. I don't want to show you too much because it's not going to be out yet, but I'm going to just do these bit by bit. Maybe put it up on Instagram. Maybe put them in a local library so people can just pick them up and have a read of them. You know? It's easy. Cheap for copying. You can do it at home on your own printer. Black and white keeps costs down if you did go to somewhere like Staples or a local printers. Anyway, I think you've got the idea now that my message to you is make it manageable. So I hope you do something fantastic and manageable with a comic or with poems, or whether it be just even with writing, you know? Just make it manageable. Instead of feeling like you're not succeeding because maybe you're wanting that grand gesture and that grand finish. Bit by bit. Right, till next time. I'll catch you later.